week we're celebrating National Vocations Awareness Week. And it's so important for us to be aware, to recognize that every single one of us has a vocation. And this is the way that God is calling us to be loved by Him and then to share His love in the world. And so my vocation is to be a Catholic priest, recognizing that God wants to love me in this vocation and that through me He wants me to love in a particular way as I lay down my life for the church. And a vocation is something that God invites us into, but we need to say yes to. That God is a gentleman. He never forces Himself on us, but He proposes, He invites. But we have to recognize that God has made us for a specific vocation, and He waits for our yes. And for me, that was really difficult. When I was in high school, I started feeling this tug towards the priesthood. Actually heard in Mass, Jesus just say to me very clearly, Jim, you need to think about being a priest. And I was terrified because I thought that God was going to take everything away from me, that He was going to make me miserable, that this life would not be fulfilling, that I'd have no joy. And through this conversion process, I started to give God a chance. I started to open my heart to Him. I started to recognize that God is a good Father who wants to provide for the deepest desires, the deepest longings and wants of our hearts. And so for me, it took this time of seminary to purify my heart of my own selfishness and simply recognize that God wants nothing but good for me. And after a period in seminary, I was finally able to say yes, without reservation, without hesitation, to this vocation, to God's plan for my life. And He has never failed me, never let me down. And so as we go through this week, I'm just going to invite you, if you aren't living your vocation now, to be very open. What is God inviting you into? Because He loves you and wants nothing but the best for you as He offers you this vocation and invites you to say yes to whatever His plan is for you.